Alrighty, welcome. We're going to do exactly what it says on the packet. We're going to build a Fibonacci sequence, the golden spiral, using PowerPoint, which I think is a pretty underrated image editor. So let's get started, shall we? The first thing we're going to do is turn on grid lines, just so we get a nice little boxes available to see. And then I'm going to grab a rectangle and holding down shift, that keeps its shape as a square. And you're just going to use the snap to functions of PowerPoint to align things. Clearly you're just going to give it some weight so we can see the line. Make sure that there's no colour inside, because we want this to be transparent for later, so you don't want any fill. And Control D, that's a little tool for quickly duplicating things so you don't have to keep creating a new one. And the Fibonacci sequence is very straightforward and easy to do in PowerPoint. You're just doubling things. So it follows the process of adding the last two numbers. So our last two numbers were 2 and 1, so the next one's going to be 3. And we're just using the shift key to drag. It keeps its size, it snaps to, super easy in PowerPoint. And we'll keep going through where we go 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 5 by 5, 8 by 8. This next one will be 13, so I've just had to zoom out a bit to get the size. And the very last one will be 21 by 21. And then we're just going to group them all and resize them and save them as a picture, and then we can start on the spiral side of it. Fibonacci believed that calculation was an art form, and so he was big on math, but he was enamoured by harmony that he saw. And someone who picked up on the Fibonacci sequence, it's often referred to as Leonardo da Vinci, but Leonardo had mates, and one guy that he hung out with, his name was Luca, I think it's pronounced Pacioli. I've probably done that terrible, sorry to the Italians. Maybe it's Pacelli. Oh, okay, so here we are just doing the arc. Same thing, just hold your shift key to keep its proportion correct. And we're just going to align it from opposite corner to opposite corner. You'll see when they're aligned, when the little yellow dots, I'll zoom in soon, and there's a little yellow dot where at the end of each bit of the arc is, and when that's in the corner, then it's bang on. And we just work our way around and do exactly the same to create our spiral within a Fibonacci sequence. Anyway, Pacelli, he was an accountant. That's funny, isn't it? In fact, he created the double entry system of bookkeeping. So next time you think that financial people are a bit cold in calculating, think again. Many of them are quite artistic, certainly the Italian ones. And this chap hung out with Leonardo, and they did a lot of work looking at the Fibonacci sequence and the golden spiral. And from there, Leonardo ended up using this golden spiral and mathematical examples quite a lot in his work, or at least it's assumed. The thing is, once you've done the golden spiral, you can pretty much align it with any picture that you want. But interestingly, our eyes are incredibly good at seeing symmetry. There was an article I was reading, it was on Fibonacci.com actually, and it said that evidence suggests that humans can detect symmetry within about 0.05 of a second. So we just like seeing harmony. It just seems to be a little bit hardwired into us. And the golden spiral, we see it in all sorts of things: sunflowers, seashells, galaxies. But it also aligns beautifully for doing portraits. And once I've shown you how I do it in PowerPoint, we're just going down size by size and just rotating 90 degrees. And there you go. So once we've done the created a little golden spiral, I'll show you how I use it for composing art that I do in pastels. You might want to just, if you only came here to watch this bit, we're pretty close to finishing, so you might want to peel off at that stage. Otherwise, hang around and you'll see how I use it in art. Yep, so just select all once you've finished, and we're going to paste it into the other slide as a picture. And there we go. It's got alpha in it. You can rotate it around. It's fantastic. Super easy, wasn't it? In PowerPoint. Who knew? What a great little tool. So here's one of my composition albums that I have, also in PowerPoint. You can see I'm using a really old version, 2016. And I just crop photos in as I'm looking. This one, cropped beautifully to the horizon. Sometimes photographers, they just get it perfect when I'm looking for subject material. And that photographer, got his thirds in beautifully. These dances coming up, so balanced. And when you flip around the spiral, look at that. It just form and function. The math of it is just beautiful. And I loved painting that one. It was fantastic. And here's one I just did recently and cropped the photo in. And you can just follow the movement of the body around. It just fits beautifully. So it's just aesthetically pleasing. And we'll close off with the final painting of this. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it having you here with me. Cheers.